Hey everyone, thank you again for being here at the SheRises, Amplify, and Thrive live speaker series, where we just have like the coolest people come on here from all over sharing their spiritual gifts, their wisdom, their messages, their inspiration. We get to share it with all of you. And the best part of this is that they also so graciously offer a donation gift to go towards the She Rises Foundation, which is really all about helping women just really rise and step into their power and just authentically be who they are, which we all know is magnificent. So all of those donations, 100% of them all go to the nonprofit, and it is there to provide scholarships, funding for education, money for startups, whatever it is, just to help, just empower them to just be the amazing women that they are. So today I have with me is Evangeline Hemrick. She is a transformational author, a Reiki Huna Master, and healer blending Cherokee, Celtic, and Hawaiian traditions. Let me do that again. She is an author, a Reiki Huna Master, and she is a healer that blends Cherokee, Celtic, and Hawaiian traditions. I kind of blended that all together. So I want people to really know who you are and what you do. And she has over 30 years in energy work and intuitive wellness. She guides others through retreats, shamanic journeys, and spiritual mentoring. And today we're going to talk about activate your inner shaman, be the alchemist of your life. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Evangeline, because we talked in the beginning, and we're going to start this thing off with an awesome shamanic journey. So it's yours.
Okay. All right, everyone. So nice to share some sacred space and time with you. And the first thing I want to do is just drop in together, just really get into our hearts. Whether you're here with me right now or you're going to watch this replay at any point in the quantum field, we are going to connect. So you're going to get the most out of that if we are fully in our heart space. And so what I would love for you to do is a nice big receptive pose of your arms outstretched. And even just this posture puts you in a different place of receptivity to all the blessings that want to come your way. And it's also a Qigong move when we breathe in, when we're fully outstretched like this, and then we exhale and just bring that into your heart with the exhale. Let's do a few of those. So we can inhale and arms out, stretch. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart space with the exhale. And as we're breathing in together, we're fully arriving into this present moment. Let's do it again. When you outstretch your arms this time, becoming like a big star with the inhale, gather up all the blessings that you want to receive in this moment that are out there just waiting for you. And as you exhale, just bring that into your beautiful heart portal. Okay. And as you're connecting with your heart, which is a Stargate portal, which we'll get into, it's quite a magical space in your body. We're taking that elevator from our head and from everything we had to do to get here, to arrive into this moment. We're taking the elevator from our head deep down into the heart space, which in Qigong and Tai Chi is known as the middle dantian. Just breathe into your heart with me as we fully arrive and connect to each other. And I want you to call all your energy to you. All of your energy that you've left out in the world, in different places, for different reasons, all the love that you've given, all the ways that you've served and helped others, every act of kindness you've ever done throughout time, call that into your heart space right now as you breathe. And the really amazing thing about love is it doesn't take it away from where you gave it. It doesn't detract from the kindness and the imprints out there in the universe that you have done of helping others. It just allows you to also feel that. And as we settle into the peace and the power of this present moment, I'd like for you to just give your hands some attention. These energy antenna, this magnificent technology that you have, okay? Sometimes we activate the palm chakras, so sometimes we're making a little pow. It's the total reason that we clap. You know, when we clap, when we love something and, you know, we're cheering and applauding, we're activating full body when we do that with our hands. But you have these energy portals, as many of you know. You have minor chakras like right here in the palms of your hands. But what a lot of people don't know about these extraordinary healing tools, okay, they are an extension of your heart. They are an extension of your love, okay? So right now, since we've activated them and we've invited them into this process, where is a place in your body that could really use some extra resources right now? Where in your own vessel can these hands go to circulate your love energy? I feel like mine wants to be like right at the back of my neck. And this
Funny.
is where,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to comment. I'm like, mine wants to be in the front of my throat, like in the back.
yes, yes.
Sorry about that. I totally
No, I'm so glad you did. Please, please join in with me. Like you said, this is going to be play. We are definitely going to play and have fun through this whole thing. Just breathe into that circulation of your heart energy that goes from your heart through your arm into your hand and fingertips into that body part that is saying, yeah, I'd like to be well resourced right now. And you think about it, we are so good at pouring into others. We are so good at giving all that love, all that nurturing feminine energy that we have in our heart center. And all of this is a moment to just circulate your divine feminine nurturing ability back into your own body. So I always invite my clients' hands into the session if I'm going to do remote healing, because we're doing energy work right now. We're doing energy healing together, and then it amplifies in a quantum way because we have the heart coherence going on. So we're creating this collective field. And there's just this beautiful freedom and expansion in knowing that anytime you need to do this, your magnificent technology and architecture has got you. You've got your hands, and your hands are the most extraordinary healing tools that you have. All right. So for the rest of our little shamanic journey that we're going to hear right here at the beginning, delve into together, just get super comfy now. Invite your hands to be wherever on your body, wherever they would like to be, to continue to circulate that energy around, but get really, really relaxed and close your eyes as we affirm together that our heart is our center. You know, after years of teaching Qigong and Tai Chi, I was always teaching people about their center of gravity, their Dantian, in their core. But as we're going into the new earth, into 5D and beyond, our center is now our heart. So feel into that expansion of your heart field when you go into that beautifully creative space, breathing into your heart center. And when you arrive fully into that deep, vast space of your heart field, I want you to take a little bit of love, whatever it might look like. It might look like a color or maybe a symbol or anything at all, and just send some love all the way down to the core of Gaia, to our mother, from your heart to her heart. Let's just drop in and love on her for a moment. Maybe you even send her a little gift from your heart. Maybe it looks like something. It looks like maybe, like I said, a symbol or a flower or a seashell or a crystal. Whatever comes to your mind is totally right. And utilize the power of your breath, your intent, and your imagination to make that connection to the core, that crystalline core of Mother Earth. And as you continue to breathe in whatever way feels really, really good to your body, and you've made that connection with her, just allow her to send you some love back up into your body. Maybe you feel it in your feet. Maybe you feel it come up through all your minor chakras and your major chakras. Maybe it's this beautiful beam of light that comes up through your perineum into your spinal column. Let your imagination be free to receive this gift from the crystalline core of Gaia back up into your heart. And as that happens, and she's able to send to you, it's like your heart field gets even more expansive and bright. And it's like you can even breathe bigger, and your body is like, oh, yes, thank you for the energy charge. Thank you for that gift. Just feeling that difference in your heart space now. We're going to do the same thing to Father Son. Take a little gift or a color or a symbol of your love up from your heart, through your body, up into the central sun. Just sending love to that solar masculine power that fuels our lives. And as you breathe in deeply, just allow Father Son to send you some love back. It might be a code, it might be a number. It might once again look like an object or just a shape. But the central sun is going to send some love back down into your heart as you open to receive it. And we just open like a flower. And once we receive these activations from our mother and our father, Father Sun and Mother Earth, our prana tube is fully activated. And so we're aware that we have this beautiful vertical power current of energy that runs up and down and creates us. We are heaven and earth come together. So that prana tube is where all of our energy centers seep into, and we see it clean and clear and activated with whatever colors come to our imagination. And we have fully arrived into this moment, ready to connect and learn and have a wonderful time together. And so it is.
Yes. Oh, that was amazing. I'm like, I feel so good now. Thank you for guiding us in that very powerful journey. I'm like, my journey was beautiful. So thank you. Oh, what a great way to start this off. Oh, well, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for starting us off that way. I am so excited to be talking and sharing today with you, with everyone. And I have to start this off because when you sent over your information, one of the things that caught my attention was your near death experience. The reason being is because I'm like, we have that in common. So, with all near death experiences, like you really have this, it's this amazing transformation. Like something really does, something incredible really happens to you. People probably look at that and they're like, well, wait a minute, you like almost died. But like, I kind of see it as I almost die in a different light. So I would love for you, if you're open to sharing it, like just kind of sharing what happened and what insights you got from it and how it got you to where you are today. I'm guessing it's part of your journey for where you are today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was already a massage therapist and energy healer at that point. I was 27 years old. And so I had been a body worker and energy healer since I was 21. And so 27, I was like, oh, as I thought I was going to die in that moment, I was like, I'm going to be in the 27 club, with Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain. I was like, I never thought this was going to be the end for me. But it was the beginning. It truly was the beginning. And we see this a lot with healers and intuitives, that what could be perceived as the worst thing that can happen is the best thing that can ever happen, because it just cracks you wide open. And there was no more fear. There was complete understanding of my mission, of why I came here. A lot like Dolores Cannon talks about. If your listeners are into Dolores Cannon, she talks about the different volunteers that
Mm-hmm.
come to planet Earth to help with consciousness and to
Mm-hmm.
help with these changes that are happening on the planet. It was all so clear in all of the conditioning and programming and just all the stuff that keeps us out of being who we truly came here to be and live as our soul, instantly and dramatically fell away from me. And the soul that had contracted to come as my baby, she was also just an incredibly powerful being that I have a ton of connection with throughout all the timelines, where she was like, all right, I gotta like go in here for a minute. It wasn't this oh, how sad, and when things happen, like miscarriages and almost dying and all of that, of course it is very traumatic and heartbreaking. But there was this understanding that I had of her, of that soul connection, that she came to help me course correct. And that even though it was a very small amount of time that she was incarnate in that little physical vessel, there was nothing random about it, or oh, how sad. It was very deliberate. It was very intentional, that the soul contract with us was complete, that it opened my eyes to who I truly am here to be as my soul, and all the conditioning and shame and fear. And for me, a big part of it was being kind of afraid of my intuitive abilities. Up into that point, I had them, but I kept them kind of like, at bay. Things would just always happen where I was being taught in massage therapy sessions, and I was dabbling in polarity therapy at that point, because polarity therapy was just clinical enough, to make me not feel like I was going against religious conditioning and all that. And then it was just like, boom, it was so wide open that I was like, oh yeah, I'm living very different than I had up until that 27-year mark. And a big part of that was just really loving my intuitive abilities and lifting everyone around me up to show them that they have those abilities as well.
That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yes. So if I can may I share? So what's been coming up for me lately. So I've actually had 4 near-death experiences, believe it or not. And as I look back at them, I realize that each one has been I call it a reset, but
Mhm.
like it's been a reset to kind of help me I'm going to say kind of get back on my path, I guess, or a reset, a level up, whatever you want to call it. Um, but lately, the memory that keeps coming back was when I was really little and I had drowned in a pool, and nobody had even noticed that I had drowned. And this is when I'm going to tell you when I knew there was way more than than what I was being told. But I mean, I had like the full experience, like coming out of my body, watching me drown, and then watching I'm going to say this beautiful being get me out of the pool. I swear, I've died like 4 times and I keep coming back. So I'm like, I know I have a big purpose somewhere. But, um, but I feel like the reason the memory is coming back, because in that moment, that I think that's when I really connected to what I'm really talking about the true essence of what love is, and how important all of us coming together might make me a little bit emotional. I'm sorry if it does, but like all of us really coming together to work together and to take care of each other. And through my journey, I've kind of, like everybody, I've kind of lost my way, but I always notice that I kind of get this reset to be reminded that we're all here with a really big purpose. And the reason that I'm bringing that up is because I think it's so beautiful. Here you are again. And you were like, much like how a lot of us do, we kind of get caught in that. If I kind of just stand a little bit on the edge, people won't think that I'm nuts or I'm crazy or I'm weird. Right. And then you have that moment and you're like, it's kind of like, I'm not weird. You're weird because this is amazing. Right. But what an amazing experience that you had. And it was so crazy because when you were talking about it, I had that memory come back up. And like, so when you talk about it, like I can feel it like literally so deep in my soul what you're talking about. And it's very profound. Like, so thank you for sharing that. And I love that it really has brought you to where you are today and what you do today.
Yeah. And a reset is a beautiful way to put it. A beautiful way. And I had one similar. I just was swimming with dolphins on my 40th birthday, so that was 11 years ago, and I thought I had a heart attack in the water with the dolphins, and I was like, oh, obviously I didn't have a heart attack because I'm still here, and I hadn't understood fully what all happened yet with their frequency and how that did reset me, and like a recalibration at that point too. But it was another one where I was like, what a way to go. Like if I'm in the ocean with a bunch of wild dolphins and they're all around me and I die, okay. But it was yet another reset. And so these things are they're so important. And it's such a beautiful space of gratitude to be in about these things. Cause I'll hear somebody be like, yeah, I was in a car accident and I was completely smashed up. And I look at them and they're so bright and they're like, they've arrived, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so thankful, even though that was so hard for you to go to. Look at you now. Look at how bright you
Right.
are. Like you're like, I'm here. Okay, I'm here. I'm fully arrived to do what I came here to do. That's so exciting to me.
Right. And you're just kind of looking at him and you're like, you don't even know the half of it.
Yes.
Just hold on tight because it's going to be the best ride of your life. It's so true. It is so true. Yes. So thank you for sharing that with everyone. And, to kind of go back to the resets, like, I don't believe that you have to die or have a near death experience to have a reset. Like they happen, like we are so fortunate to have those resets all the time. Um, I guess my message is just pay attention to them because it's really an opportunity. It's like another moment to be able to just step into the reason why you're here, your purpose, your mission, and what you're here to do. So, um, so cool. I love it. I love it. I don't love that you almost died, but I love it. Or twice, it sounds like.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. If you're gonna go, what an amazing way to go with dolphins, right?
And I agree with you too that I don't think they have to be as dramatic as mine. That's just how far off I was from my soul purpose and my soul path, living very conditioned and programmed into what I thought, I was supposed to be like, and just living in a lot of fear, at that point. So if that's what it took for me, if it had to be that dramatic to just like wake me up, because I was not afraid after that. I can honestly say the only thing that's made me afraid since then is adopting a child and learning how to be a mom, to an already 7-year-old human. But that I was like, this is the first time I felt afraid, in a really long time. But I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for all. And one thing that it brought forth in me that is also something that I do and something I'm really passionate about is death doula work. And I teach people how to become death doulas as well. And it's just the most sacred, celebratory work. I find that people who work in like end of life support and sacred space holders and facilitators around that are usually really funny. They have great sense of humor and they live, they know how to live really well because they're not afraid of the death process, which is really, really cool.
Oh, I love that. And I can totally see how it could be that way. Like, I mean, because you see this whole other world that so many other people are so afraid of. Like, I
Yes.
mean, there are a lot of people that are out there that are terrified of dying. And I'm like, why? It just
Yeah.
liberates, like you don't have your skin suit on anymore.
Right.
Like you're so liberated. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that people just go out and die, but it's just a transformation, just a rebirth into something else I love adventure. So I'm like, it's another adventure that we get
Yeah.
to go on. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've interacted with several death doulas and exactly how you just described them. That's exactly how they were. Just so I would call it free. They're just so free in every way. It's incredible. Absolutely.
I'm having a lot of fun teaching that. We're right now revising the online course that I created. I brought a partner in on that. She's a retired hospice nurse. So she brings a totally different lens. Her professional background couldn't be any more different than mine over here with energy healing and
Mhm.
shamanic facilitation. And so she's got this other side of things that is so beautiful, and we just decided to marry the two and give like, hey, we're going to give you lots of different professional perspectives
Yeah.
on how you can help someone die really, really well.
Yeah, like make it beautiful and again, not scary, right?
Yes, and
Like,
sacred and celebratory.
yeah.
We want to see more centers that are like spas almost, where it's like you're coming and there's really competent facilitators that know how to hold you and know how to make you feel special and engage your senses. Like you think if you're in the nicest spa or wellness center experience, and they're going to tend to all of your senses. And there's going to be beauty and wonderful smells and wonderful sounds. And it's like, why on earth is that not the norm for going
Right?
through, this most important transition out of body? And it's a celebration. That's the way that we see it.
Oh, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So to share with you when I first started off, you always start somewhere when you start your spiritual. I don't know if you want to call it your spiritual business, but mine, I've been a medium my entire life. And so I do know exactly what you're saying. And it makes my heart so happy because it really is a celebration. Because on the other side, you're greeted with just people that love you, your soul tribe that you don't even realize that is helping you here. You reconnect with them And it is a beautiful celebration. And they truly are celebrating you as you're, as however you want to call it, walking through the gates of heaven, or, however, but it truly is a celebration. And I always wonder, just like you, like, why do we send people to hospice to pass away in a bed, oftentimes by themselves, versus really like making them like again celebrating how beautiful their soul is as they cross over in, I'm going to say, into the hands of other souls that just love them so deeply, even beyond what we know love is, because we still have like that human conditioning, but there is none on the other side. And it's, oh, I like my heart is just like, it's so beautiful. So that work that you're doing is so important. So I just want to highlight that it is so important, because I think we've forgotten how, like, I don't know, when people are like, I hate to say, are on their way out of this life to enter their new life. It's kind of like we look at it as like, oh, well, they're dying, they're going to be leaving, and then not really seeing it for the beauty that it really is. And it really is beautiful. So
Yeah.
definitely sacred work that you're doing. Thank you so much. I love it. Actually, I made a note. I want to check out your online course, because I think I like when you said that, I was like, oh, I gotta look at that.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you about your summit experience. I want to talk to you about that because we want to do a death doula summit, but more so just an experience, of like two
Yeah.
days of like really, really cool speakers and teachers around all whether it's natural burial or whether it's more shamanic ceremony
Mhm.
around crossover and all that, but just bringing together the people that we love that are teaching a different way, and we want as many
Yeah.
people behind the death positivity movement and educating people in their communities about this as possible. Anybody who wants to get involved in death positivity, I want to teach them how to do it. Because I was thinking about the summit and I was like, well, it's for everybody that's going to die.
Right.
If you want to die well, and maybe you want to help other people around you die well, then this is for you.
Yes. To take, to because because people, like, the people around you get scared, and it's not something to be scared about, because when you're around somebody who is scared, you feel the energy of it. So I think about that and I'm like, well, when you're just about ready to die and the person that's standing next to you is scared, like, you know
Mhm.
so, oh, I would love to talk to you about that. We will definitely, we'll
Okay.
connect. Oh, I would love to share and help you in any way that I can.
Oh,
I think
yay.
that's amazing. Yes, let's do it.
Thank you.
So cool. Okay, I want to shift gears just a little bit, if we can, because you had mentioned the new earth energy. And I love talking about the new earth energy and what we're, as you were talking about, like the different volunteers, I totally connect with that. We have volunteers that are coming here to help bring that energy forward. So I would love to hear more about what you think about it. Like, what does it mean to you? And, one of the things, like I said, when I was reading your stuff, you had mentioned imposter syndrome. So I'm already loving where this conversation is going, because, um, anyways, let's talk about it. What's your opinion about the new earth energy? Where is that
Oh
at?
my
What does it
goodness.
mean to you?
Yes, it means so much to me. And I'm so glad you're keeping track of time because I could talk to you about this all day long. Okay, so all the years, since my whole adult life has been in spiritual healing and holistic healing. And so all that time that we were in the density of lower frequencies. And so here were people like us that are not feeling like the norm, not feeling more like a black sheep in the way that the energy used to be so dense, that people that wanted to talk about this stuff, it was more weird or whatever. But I was always drawn to all indigenous prophecy and the Hopi wisdom that was shared, or Mayan, or it was a thread of truth that was running through, because they understood their star origins and their star family, that this is the cycle that you go through with nature and with creation. And so in one culture, they call it the Kali Yuga, and the Kali Yuga cycle that was thousands of years old, it ended this spring equinox, this March 21st of this year. Okay. So that was an end of the world. And there were plenty of things that happened at that solstice 2020, 2012, where there was a lot of hype around that. But if you understood these subtle energy levels of our collective frequency and how life works on planet Earth, you knew these are the things that are changing. Well, I also love studying rhythms of nature and patterns of just the sacred mathematics. So I love human design, gene
Yes.
keys, yeah, all of these different things that
Yes.
totally correlate to like the Mayan calendar. It all, the
Mm,
medicine wheel, which is my work, I teach around the Native American medicine wheel. It's the same as the I Ching. In Chinese, it's the same stuff. It's like every culture was one family. And they understood that it didn't start here, of course. It didn't just start with planet Earth. So paying attention to all that all these years, and then wondering how, since human design became a thing,
mhm.
all these practitioners who trained in human design like I did were speculating on 2027. What the heck is that going to be like? Like, if our whole
Right?
background frequency changes, if the whole frequency of the collective changes, what what is it going to be? And so here we are. Here we are. And that is so incredibly exciting to me, because like who I work with in my coaching and my mentorship program is the leaders, the teachers of the new earth that are navigating that wobble, that we're still in a frequency wobble where people can revert back to the density, the chaos, the separation, or what's coming in the age of Aquarius. And there's just a million terms you can give it. But the golden age, instead of the age of iron, we were in the age of iron of the patriarchy and the corrupt, conquer and win over someone to prosper. And then here we are on the beginning of this gold, the age of gold, that is community,
Yes.
divine feminine leadership, free knowledge and information for everyone. And look at now how, if somebody wants to learn about anything, that's not going to be hidden from them anymore. You can educate yourself and empower yourself about anything. And we understand that it's working together, like you were saying, working together as community is what moves us forward. So those are some of the things that I really, really love about New Earth. And you hear a lot of people talk about, 5D, and I think that it's 5D, 60, 70. It's as far as we want to go into these dimensional frequencies, it's up to us.
Right. No limits.
No limit.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yes, I'm like you're totally speaking my language because I'm all about the new earth and the new earth energy and like really seeing like where it's taking us. And the common thread in speaking with people is that it's so funny because it has gone from that the energy that you're talking about, like the masculine energy of hustling and competing and having to be number one, to where people are like, I'm just done with that. Like I just want to be like I just want to be. And the energy that they're talking about is very much that feminine, softer side of, if I can be, what I'm realizing is that my energy can help more people in a way of oneness versus this person is mine and this person is mine and this person is mine and you have to come to me, where we're starting to see like I help you, you help them, and like the major ripple effect of it, right?
It just builds. It
Mm-hmm.
builds power. Everybody wins. You can have, like you were saying about circular economy, like when people come into your programs and they want to donate, and then that goes to help women. And it's just this circular,
Yeah.
beautiful reciprocity that like gets true affluence, true wealth, you know,
Mhm.
in the real sense of it to me. So yeah, I'm all about it. And I bet you there's a lot of your listeners and community that can relate to this. Every single thing I've been teaching all these years has to be upgraded and changed because our energy fields are changing, our chakra systems are changing with hers, you know, with the earth. And so it's like, I can't teach anything the way that I used to for it to be new earth. I even thought, you know, how we were talking about we have people who help us with our social media, right?
Mhm.
I looked at and he had just curated, it was my own content I'd made about grounding. It was just about grounding, you know, it wasn't like even a chakra anatomy thing or anything like that. And I looked at the post and was like, I don't want to teach grounding anymore. Like that was like trying, you know, it was just in that old heaviness of like, I'm gonna ground, like, you know, like I'm gonna try to do, and it's like, I don't feel that way anymore. New Earth is a relationship. It's a relationship with her. It's the love, like we did, you know, just really taking a moment to feel love with every step, like every single step that we walk on her. And that can make me cry because it's like we were in a space, oh my gosh, like I think that about teaching Reiki. Like I started teaching Reiki in 2003, and what I was teaching then, based on where we were, just vibrationally to what I feel like doing now, it has to change. It just
Mhm.
has to change with the time. But I was like, I don't want to like teach people just to ground. You know, I want them to have this love for
Yeah.
this being. It's totally different.
Completely different. It is a completely different and a but a very empowering energy. Like and you know, when so in the mornings when I do meditate, I always meditate with Mother Earth and Mother Source. Like they always come to me like mothers. So and it's like the best, like it's the best energy. And it's so funny that you talk about this because the other day when I just needed to sit in the energy of love, and the way that it felt, like it really brought to my awareness, I'm like, this energy is just so different than how it was when I decided, like, when I made the choice to really dive into this work like, you know, 6 years ago, which may not seem that far, but like the energies then were so, like you said, so dense, so heavy. And now, like when I connect, there's just this lightness. I don't even know what words to put to it, but the lightness is like, I do feel like I'm just completely surrounded and encompassed by this love that I've never felt before.
Oh, it's so good.
And that and like that is and I mean that's where we're headed, is into that, where you know we actually see people for their soul and not for their performance or what they've done, or you know, all of their achievements. And I'm not saying that, you know, we can't have achievements and goals, because we all do have them, but it's not going to be the main thing. Like I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I can't wait until the question of, well, what is it that you do, that, you know, that we ask people, because that's the way that we define whether somebody is good enough or not, to go away,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. And that just makes me think of the fundamental principle of shamanism, like what you just said. It's about the marriage of the masculine and feminine within. Yes, we still are going to have goals. We still have leadership
Mhm.
potential and organization and structure. I mean, we need all those masculine aspects of ourselves. But the feminine is finally coming into that balance to be married. In the
Mhm.
Lakota tradition, the shaman gets the marriage basket. They're given the marriage basket to themselves because the masculine and feminine are married within them. And I teach now we are all our own medicine person.
Yes.
We are all that beautiful, beautiful blend of when you need to be structured and organized and on it and in total leadership and protection mode, that beautiful husband that exists in every single one of us, and then your intuitive side. and your nurturing ability to flow with Holy Spirit, your wife, your inner wife, and being able to call on both of them, that is being your own shaman. That's it right there.
Oh, yes, I love that. Yes. Like, and I really do believe that a lot of people are shifting from are are shifting into giving people that, like you said, like that marriage of bringing those two together, because when they come together, that is when I call that coming home. Like that's when you are really coming home to yourself and you have everything that you need, every infinite solution, every infinite way of being, like anything that you need, and it's all right there
Yeah.
together.
Yes. And being able to call on both of them in
Mhm.
harmony, when you need what you need. I mean, that's the other thing I think about shamanism. It's about being able to bring the love to the situation in whatever way the love is needed. There's something called the shaman's blow, that's like, bam, sometimes somebody needs truth and they need
Mhm.
an arrow of truth and they need to be told like, no, this is the truth. Like, this is what's up. And sometimes that's not coddling. That's, that masculine side is going to come out and knowing with discernment when they just need a hug, and
I
they don't need that. And that intuitive development inside of like having these two work in harmony is how I love to live and how I love to teach.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I'm like, you and I are so much on the same page. Like I I'm like, I was just talking about that I was talking about that the other day. I'm like, we need to be truthful, right? We need to have that truth bomb. Or would you call it the shaman what?
Shaman's blow.
The
Yeah.
shaman's blow. But but there are times where you're absolutely right. Like some people just need to be supported, and that just might be a hug. It might be, or like I like to say, tell people when they're going through a hard time, like I'll climb in the cave with you and we'll sit together. I don't have to say a word, but just know that my energy is here supporting you and holding that space for you to just receive what it is that you need to receive, and just to be, and whatever it is, no judgment, nothing, but I'm chilling in the cave with you holding
Yes.
that space, and
And I just got that in real time, like my students getting to see that. I hadn't led a retreat for 16 years, and I just did one in March, and I'm going back up to Serpent Mound. I'm taking a group in a couple weeks up to Serpent Mounds, the sacred site in Ohio, and they got to see it exemplified in me of it's not the easiest thing for all of your community that lead workshops and retreats where the best laid plan, exactly what I'm talking about. You've got it all organized and your masculine has like done the work of being organized and being disciplined and responsible and all that. And then once that structure is in place and everybody has their safety, that okay, we know we have structure, then the feminine comes in and it's like, nope, we're going this way because intuition is leading you to what's right for that group at that time. And that's not flakiness because you made your plan, you did the work, and then you let Holy Spirit, which is so feminine to me, you let Holy Spirit lead that group with their particular energy where they need to go, what they need to do.
yes. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah. So all like I have to say all of this, I truly believe that's the way that we are headed. Like, and and I believe that the structure is Mother Earth.
Mhm.
Mother Gaia is creating the structure for us. If we would just open up and allow her to do that, and then we get to be, we get to have her comfort of that. And then we get to really step into who we are, which is very highly intuitive beings. We use
Mhm.
it all the time, whether people want to admit it or not. For a long time, I have to share this. I worked with first responders, law enforcement, so type A personality, right? But I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations where I've talked about intuition and they're like, I don't believe in that. And I'm like, but you have a gut sense. That is your intuition. You walk into a situation and you just know, like, if it's going to be good, or if, like, if crap's gonna go down. Like,
Mhm.
let's just call it what it is. And I'm like, that is your intuition. We all have it. Even when we sit here and we want to make a decision and we feel pulled towards one decision over the other, that is the magic of our intuition. We are highly intuitive beings. And so in my mind, I think about, again, Mother Earth being the structure, and then us being to, like, her opening up this beautiful playground for us to just really be that beauty of intuition, which is really about connecting to one another and just working together. And I think it's really the epitome of what oneness is. And it, like, oh my God, when I talk about it, I get so excited. My heart is just like, oh, I can't wait. But,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
it's coming. Don't you think that's like new earth? I mean, just to think of law enforcement or first responders knowing how to clear themselves, like how to cultivate their own energy and just come back into alignment when something is out. This is really hopeful. At my Activate Your Inner Shaman retreat that I did at Serpent Mountain in October, I had my first LAPD. I had a cop there, and he's Yaqui Indian, like full-blooded Yaqui Indian, born on the reservation in Mexico, but he's my same age and has never stepped into all of his lineage of like all like how strong all of this is in him. And he's like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to develop my intuition. And I was just like, yes, yes.
amazing, like, what an amazing thing, what a profound experience he stepped into. And how amazing is you got to witness that. Like,
Mhm.
it is so powerful, and it is so beautiful. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited. We'll have to talk more New Earth. For sure. Well, we have about 5 minutes left, and I do want to ask, you have a guest, you have Larry Morningstar here. Larry, do you have any questions or comments that you would like to share? I do want to give you an opportunity to share your thoughts or questions or anything that you might have. I'm going to take that as, I'm going to say that he is at peace with what we're talking about. So, let's talk about your donation gift. A huge thank you. I have so much gratitude for your donation gift. Again, everybody, all donations 100% goes to the nonprofit to just really help empower and lift and rise women up. So your donation gift is a shamanic apprenticeship course, and they're getting a 1 month access. Do you want to talk more about that so they know what they're getting?
Yes, it's so good. I love it so much. It's the first online course. It was like my baby that I developed it in 2020. And so as you can see, this is my heart. This is the path of my heart. And I thought, I want to make a course that is an experience that is truly like you and I are sitting around the fire together or walking through the woods, and they can just hang out with me when they want. It does not have to be done in sequential order, because what it is, it's 7 modules. It's very, very deep. And it's 7 modules of developing right relationship with the different kingdoms, queendoms of nature. So everything in shamanism is a relationship. It's about right relationship with the animals and knowing how God talks to us through messages we get from animals all the time. I mean, that's happening like everywhere around us. The crystals, the stone kingdom, they're huge. Our grandfathers and grandmothers in the stone and crystal and precious metals. They're a whole module of like how to connect to your relations there. Plants, I could go on and on about flowers and all the spiritual gifts that plants and flowers have to teach us and share with us. Stars, there's a whole module on connecting with the planets and the stars. And then number 7, can't leave out humans. We have to know how to relate to the humans too. And not only the living humans, but the well ancestors or ancestors who may need a little help, even after they've crossed over. all of our ancestors are smiling on us for doing this work and helping them along as well. So you can look at these 7 modules and you can just decide, like, this is the one that's drawing me in. I want to do plant spirit medicine, or I want to do animal shamanism. And every single module has a guided meditation shamanic journey. So even if you go in and you tour around and you do the audio with me, those will take you deep. So it's an incredible gift. It's a $700 course, and it's
Oh.
your all's for a month.
Oh, that's so amazing and so gracious. Thank you so much. As you're talking about it, I'm sitting here circling it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. And it's so perfect timing. I'm gonna say, as we move into the new earth, of really just connecting and just, oh, coming together. Oh, Evangeline, thank you so much for today, just your energy, your vibrancy, and what you had to share. It truly is so beautiful and so bright. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
Oh,
wonderful to meet you too. I'm
you
so happy.
too. Oh, and I hope you come back again. Please come back again and again and again. So amazing. Thank you so much. And Larry, thank you so much for joining us today. And a huge thank you to everybody who's going to catch the replay. I have so much gratitude to all of you, and just supporting this platform and supporting everyone and our beautiful speakers. So thank you so much. Uh, Come back, Evangeline, please come back.
I will. To be
Okay.
continued.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. So thank you again, everyone. And we will be back again next week with Nikki Hugh. Come join us then. And I love you all. Thank you